So how much can I get for a trade? Well, I don't think bananas are worth what you think they're worth. If shopping for a new car drives you bananas, head to Community Auto Group in Mason City. We have the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. And you know with Community, you're getting a straightforward deal from a straightforward dealer. I'd like to buy this car. No? Seriously? Next time I'll skip the monkey business and go to Community Auto Group.
Open forum, any requests?
Yes, President Becker, Jack McCourt of 310 First Street Northeast would like to speak to the board.
Okay. Welcome, Jack.
Well, one thing, I cut out all the articles in the Globe Gazette, and I hope all the stuff that's printed is halfway through. But anyway, on Monday, January 28th, on the editorial page, it says, "It seems a shame to us that Mason City is in the minority when it comes to funding education." Well, I'd say when you spend $38 million, we aren't in the minority. And I think the last time a levy failed, somebody made the statement, the mental people of Mason City aren't very good. And he was referring to, I believe, Johnson School District, and in the paper the other day, they tried to pass a $51 million bond issue and it failed. So maybe their mentality's bad too. And then, I think, I keep hearing you guys are good with our money. I think Washington School you sold way too cheap. There isn't a place in Mason City you can buy that much land for what you sold the building for, and the land. There got to be close to $80,000 worth of playground equipment that went with the building. The building is probably worth $200,000. And I think the school system could have sold off the north end, probably 3 lots for $20,000 a piece for some Catholic family, that'd be close to their church. And then I see the ratio in the school system, if the Globe is right, it seems low to me, but it says 1433 per student per teacher. That's what's in the Globe. Anyway, I hear you talking, $1 million on the roof at Hoover School, $300,000 for a boiler. Why don't you close Hoover School? Because eventually, with our students going down, 50 students a year, in 5 years, I don't know how many kids are in Hoover School, but you aren't going to need a grade one of our grade schools. And all the rest of them are basically all remodeled and brand new. So why would you want to stick $1,300,000 in something you really could transfer over to something else? And I talked to Anita once about school safety, but I don't think she was interested in guys with guns. But that's the only way the FBI says you make the building safe. And another thing, the talk at the beer joint, I like the crowd in beer joints. All the remodeling you did out there, the only thing, and I just heard him verify it, nobody was changing the front doors coming into the building on all that money you're spending. And he said half of them were wore out. That wasn't in the original, all the work you've done out there. And you had a chance at one time to have an architect on your school board that wouldn't have cost you a nickel, to have good what's going on and how things work. And I'm sure all you guys know the difference between a wooden floor joist and a bar joist. And I've been pushing for free driver's training. In one of my conversations with my friend Mitch, he's always treated me real good, is if somebody's really poor, the school system pays for their driver's training. How many people are getting their driver's training paid for? Or is that something that's a can of worms? Then there was a young girl on TV, and I'm guessing she's in your school system. KMNT had her on. She was down in Des Moines lobbying against bullies. And here's one of my suggestions on bullying. Why don't you buy a lie detector machine and do like the highway patrol? If you refuse to take the test, kick them out of school. If they flunk the test, kick them out of school. And another suggestion, just about everybody now is paying for their medical insurance, and I think the school system, they're still free. And I wouldn't see nothing wrong with you start charging $104 like they charge Social Security people. And then, the last time you guys tried to pass a levy, I don't know whether it had anything to do with it, but if you remember, one of the cement plants closed. And if they're working on a small deal and you wanna raise their property tax 4% for a levy, right now, the EPA, and I can't believe any motel would rent those idiots a room in this town, they're out to Lehigh, and they're doing another study. And I got a friend of mine on the honor guard that works at Lehigh. Last year,
1 minute to go. Sorry.
last year, the EPA closed 22 cement plants in the United States because of little dust. I had something else, but we can forget it.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your thoughts.
Well, I was gonna say one more thing. What you guys don't realize, and I found out I didn't realize it. I think you're a pharmacist, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
But anyway, I got to use the emergency room at the Mercy Hospital last month. Anyway, this woman in charge of it, she informed me, I think the year before, if you're on Medicare, the deductible was $300. You know what it is now? 1,500. I mean, not 1,500, 3,000. And I couldn't believe her, so I went out to the Social Security office. And I'm not under medicine, but I'm under A and B. The deductible on A is $1,184, and on B it's $147. That's
That now takes you over your time limit, and that really doesn't have anything to do with public schools, so.
it
thank you for
does
your
when you
input.
pass levies.